night, so it is extremely early. I didn't get that much sleep last night. It is currently 5:21 a.m. and I'm standing on the platform at 30th Street Station in Philadelphia, waiting for my 5:29 a.m. airport train to Philadelphia International Airport. This is going to be very, very interesting. Yeah, my flight is at 7:10, so maybe I'm cutting it a little bit close objectively, but there's literally almost nobody else on the platform here with me. So I'm betting that the TSA line's not going to be that long, and I'm getting there 40 minutes before boarding. I'm banking on that that's going to be enough. So I guess we're going to find out the hard way if it's not, but I'm betting it is. You want to make a cameo in the video?
What?
You want to make a cameo? I don't have to pretend like I'm on here by myself. Okay.
Am I the only other one insane enough to wake up this early to do this?
Perhaps. And I actually have a reason. You're not even going.
Yeah, I know. I have to just turn around and go back home.
This stop Terminal A. Next stop Terminal B.
Yeah, one of the weirdest artifacts of the SEPTA airport line is the fact that it stops separately at Terminal A and B, at one end of the platform and then the other. So we sit there for a while and then go forward, like maybe a few hundred feet and then like stop again. Okay. There we go. And there's Spirit Airlines over there. Nice. The TSA wait times are under 10 minutes. That's very good. You know that take Biden's name off that. They haven't taken it off everything else. Well, I'm going to get in line. So I think this is the end of the road.
What line?
That's true. There is no line. Anyway, but I probably should put the camera away. Oh, I love that. They have the measure your bags thingy. Let me try that.
No, what do you think?
I like that. I like that.
I think that fits. Pretty obvious. Alrighty. So what exactly are we doing here today? We're going to Kmart. Yeah, that Kmart. The one that used to have thousands of stores nationwide, but now is down to just a single one. All that's left of the once mighty Kmart empire is a half-size shop in a far-out suburb of Miami, Florida. And that's where we're headed today, but with a little extra public transportation spice thrown in. First, I'm flying into Fort Lauderdale on Spirit Airlines. Then I'm catching a free shuttle bus to Miami's regional rail line, Tri-Rail, which I'll take down to a transfer point near the Miami airport to connect onto the city's elevated heavy rail system, the Metro Rail. I'll take that basically as far south as I can go before transferring to a half-hourly local bus that will take me to and from the shopping center that the Kmart is in. And that's not even the end of the road for this extravaganza of a trip, but I'll explain the rest later.
A few moments later.
I had to go see the gate agent about my seat assignment, but I've gotten that taken care of, and I have about 10 minutes before they even start boarding. So I think I'm going to get myself something to drink, perhaps. I got my favorite. I got a nice window seat. Not that that's going to matter, because we're boarding the plane in like 10 minutes, but I don't know, I guess I can look out and see what they're doing down there. It's actually kind of cool to sit here and just watch all the operations to see what they're doing. I think that is us, though.
Safe travels. Good morning. Can you confirm your name?
Arietta?
All right, say second.
Oh, this is actually nice. I got a window seat. Well, the legroom on this plane is so much better than the legroom on the flight I took from Chicago in January. So I guess that's something to be happy about. I'm actually not even cramped. Oh, look at that. It is 7:09. And we just pulled away from the terminal, so I think this is going to go very well so far. Is this a good omen for how the rest of the day is going to go? I hope so. Anyways, since I didn't get a lot of sleep, I'm going to see if I can get some. We'll see you in like 2.5 hours.
2 hours later.
I guess that's what happens when you have an airtight container sealed against the rising air pressure. Well, how about that? We actually landed at exactly 10 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fort Lauderdale, where the current time is 10:04.
I don't know if it's just me, or is the pilot taxiing in here quite fast? I don't know. I would have felt super nervous about that, but I guess the pilot knows what they're doing, so. Okay, so ground transportation is out those doors. Let me get some water first. Now that is interesting. I'm gonna try this out. That is fascinating. I've never seen this before. Okay, let's go ahead and get my ground transportation, I guess. Now that I have my Diet Mountain Dew. Ooh. It is warm out here. Quite humid. Okay, so it's over this way. Again, kind of a pity that you can't see anything out the window. And also, we're totally driving down Stroud right now. Oh, we're coming up on the train station. And of course this thing is designed as a park and ride station with a ginormous parking garage. Because what else do you do? It's Florida, obviously. Oh, we're here. Okay, let's find ourselves a ticket machine, I guess. And the interesting thing is that the trains are actually tracked on the transit app. which is nice. So I actually know when it's coming. And incidentally, I also know that a northbound train is coming about 7 minutes before my southbound train. And so I'll get to film that as it goes by.
A few minutes later.
This is cool. My only concern is that now Google is suggesting that I need to take a different route to Kmart. I'm not sure if this connection was too tight or not. I'm gonna double check that. I hope not. So I'm not super duper excited about the fact that it looks like I might miss my originally planned connection. Ooh, it just started raining. I might miss my originally scheduled connection to the green line at the Metro Rail transfer by about 3 minutes, which sucks. Man, it's coming down. That's wild. This is an incredibly schizophrenic weather. Jeez. Well, almost just as fast as it started. The rain has stopped. Yeah, this train actually goes at a decent speed. Well, I don't think I'm gonna make this connection. It's just not happening. I just don't think that's happening. Okay, so I think I'm gonna switch to a different plan. Supposedly there's been some kind of service disruption or something that's made like the next Green Line train at this station be super, super late. So what I'm gonna do instead is my ticket is valid to the Miami airport, so I think I'm gonna go there and then take the orange line. I think I'm gonna do that instead. And this is gonna mean that I get to Kmart later. But I think there's enough margin that I can do this.
I'm right here on the final stop here, about to get for city.
So, this transfer should be relatively stress-free, especially now that I've already missed a tight one. And I can actually take the time to buy a card and everything. Okay, let's try contactless. That worked. Oh well. Well, let's get on. Let's get on to the very front. Get a nice former seat.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Now approaching Dadeland South. This is the final stop for this train.
Okay, so the next task is to find my way over to my bus stop. I was originally going to get off at Daveline North, but I decided to ride all the way to Daveline South instead, and I'm going to catch my bus somewhere else. Of course, unfortunately, it's raining. Before I step outside. I get the umbrella going. So where am I going? Okay, so I'm going up to Southwest 90th Street, turning left, and then turning right on Southwest 73rd Street. I'll tell you what, the drainage here is dog shit though. Actually, dog shit. The water just piles up in the street. This is actually a pleasant neighborhood. I actually like it. Much more than I would have expected out of Miami, but I did at least watch the City Nerd video on Miami, so I'm not totally in the dark about what to expect, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised at what's on the ground outside of a metro stop, actually. Now, of course, pretty sure we're going to come up to an arterial strode here at the very end of the line. I think my bus stop is on a strode.
Wait.
It's so interesting. There's a little pocket of nice urbanism, and then it's bordered by this garbage. That's good. And that's crazy. The weather here is just completely schizophrenic. Just suddenly the sun comes out, just randomly. Man, this is such a messy strode. How many lanes is this? Is this 8 lanes? There's a scan. Buses, that's pretty decent. It's a little unfortunate. Unlike SEPTA, they don't have USB ports anywhere as far as I can tell. But they have nice screens. Again, like SEPTA, I don't know if it's just a matter of like what model of bus they're using on this particular route, because I know that some of the SEPTA buses still don't have them either. So, I don't know. It's definitely clean though. I'm very impressed with how clean Miami Transit is. I think in general Miami Transit is impressing me a bit. It's definitely usable. And honestly, something I'm kind of impressed by is how many bus shelters there are. I mean, maybe this is an anomaly, and maybe I've been exposed to a lot of very poor routes on SEPTA, but SEPTA doesn't have a ton of bus shelters, but I'm seeing lots and lots of bus shelters, at least benches, for a lot of the bus stops here. Alright, so we are about 12 minutes out from Kmart, and in the interest of efficiency, I might not have time to get food in downtown Miami before I catch my train. So I preemptively went ahead and placed an order for KFC. It was like $6. I got the 2-piece taste of KFC deal or whatever it is. And so that is going to be ready for pickup just as soon as I finish actually about time to tell you what's next. So first I'll get back to downtown Miami, basically the reverse of how I came here. Take the same bus back east, catch the metro rail back north, and maybe take a little side excursion on the downtown people mover, the Metro Mover. Then I'll catch a ride on the private rail service Brightline all the way to Orlando International Airport, where if my train optimistically doesn't hit and kill anyone on the way and make me late, I'll be catching a Frontier Airlines flight out of there to Trenton Mercer Airport, a tiny little operation just outside Trenton, New Jersey, which is literally only serviced by Frontier a few times a day. From there, I have to catch a red-eye bus back to downtown Trenton, where I'll be catching literally the last southbound Amtrak train of the night back to Philadelphia. Yeah, you don't say that's complicated. So, it is 1:30 p.m. and I'm walking across a big-ass parking lot at a nondescript shopping center. But this is Kmart, the one and only in the continental United States. Am I the only one in here? I might be. That's crazy. Which makes sense, I mean. What am I even supposed to do? That solitary employee up at the front desk must be wondering when her job is going to go away, to be honest. We're just kind of sad. Oh, look at that. Completely empty shelves. Obviously, this isn't a full-size Kmart. This is honestly so weird.
A few minutes later.
All right, so after walking around the store for a little while, they told me that I couldn't film in there. But I did end up coming out with a purchase. I bought something at the last Kmart. Namely, I bought this little pencil case. It's such a small thing, but you know, I'll stamp it with, you know, purchased at the last Kmart or whatever the hell. Alright, time to get my glamour selfie and then time to go pick up KFC. Mission accomplished.
A few minutes later.
Let's play a game. It's called Cross Another 6-Lane Strode before the bus gets here. I have no idea where the bus is. Hopefully I don't miss it. Because this light decides to be super, 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 super long and green. Oh my gosh, that's exactly what's going to happen, isn't it? There's not even a countdown. Where's the countdown? Maybe I'll get a chance here. No. No, 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 no. There it is. Oh, God. Okay, Oh my god. This is why you don't mess around with strollers, kids. I'm so glad the driver was watching and waited for me. If I had not caught this bus, I would have had to do something else. Otherwise, I would have had to like Uber or something else because, yeah, I mean, I was planning on being on an earlier one as it was. But that didn't work out because of the tri-rail delay. I was planning on being 30 minutes ahead of where I am right now. That is to say, like, I almost should be back in, like, downtown Miami by now, but I'm not. And as it stands, I'll be getting there, like, around 3:15. So that's not a whole lot of time to get to my train.
A little while later.
Southbound, I need northbound, which I assume is also coming very soon. Oh, there it is. I am somewhat unimpressed with the payment system on this metro. I don't know why various cards are being declined, the barcode reader doesn't work, the fare machines are sometimes on cash only or out of order. That's really not great. At the very least, I was able to pay with a credit card and ride, but I'm not super thrilled with that. Thought the Consulate General of Brazil would be somewhere other than South Suburban Miami. Okay, decisions were made. So, I figured I would get off here at Brickell because I wanted to ride the Metro Mover a bit. I was going to try to ride the whole thing. That's not possible anymore. Thanks, Tri-Rail. This all comes back to that misconnection. I'm just gonna catch this and take this instead. I could have taken the Metro Rail 2 more stops, but instead I'm gonna take this. Okay, this isn't mine, but that is.
Please hold on. The train is approaching. Ninth Center Station. Transfer Pier 4. Inner Loop, Miami Avenue and Government Center Station. The train is approaching. Booking Team Ferguson Junior Station. Exit here for right line.
I need to hustle in order to get in there because I think boarding closes in like 8 minutes. for my train, so I need to get in there ASAP. That's how they do it here, huh? The Metro Mover is for, intra-city transport for downtown, and the Metro is for suburban transport.
2 hours later. A little while later.
Good evening, Brightline guests. We are currently approaching the Orlando station. This is our final stop. Please go ahead and begin gathering your personal items and moving towards the exits. We thank you for your cooperation and thank you for choosing Brightline. Have a great night.
Welcome to Orlando. Have a bright day.
Bienvenidos a Orlando. Que tenga un día brillante.
Well, that was a very pleasant journey. I must say that I have very positive first impressions of Florida, and that's something I did not think I would ever say. Because given the political situation in Florida, I'm not exactly enthused about heaping praise on Florida, but to be totally honest, Miami is fine. At least the very critical public transit infrastructure is actually okay.
The terminal link is now arriving. Next stop, Terminal A and B.
It's interesting how it feels like we're going so fast, but we're actually only going like 40 or 45 miles an hour.
The doors are now opening. Please exit to Terminal A and B. Please watch your step.
Oh wow. Wait, is this a hotel? This is insane, actually. Is that something to do with Disney? No, it's just the Hyatt Regency. Wow. Oh, there's a Disney shop here. And Universal Orlando Resort and all kinds of stuff having to do with that. That's all very, very interesting. Definitely a tourist town. Departures. Trenton, Frontier, 9:25 p.m. on time. There it is. It's kind of crazy how much stuff there is outside of the secured area at this airport. That's kind of crazy, actually. Like, why? I don't fully get it. I mean, maybe there's some economics of that or something that I haven't looked into. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. I gotta go through security. Alright, we're doing the gate link. So far, my flight appears to be on time, which is always good news because hopefully we land on time, because the end of the night is the scariest part of this trip, in the sense that a small delay,
Please stand clear of doors and hold on to handrails.
a cancellation could easily ruin it, and I'm really hoping it works out.
Please exit to gate 1 through 29.
It's at gate 23. It's always my practice to find my gate first, get food later. Alright, so I went and got some pizza. I wanted to try Cuban, but there was really nowhere to get it, at least in this terminal, which is unfortunate. So I just went with pizza. What's also interesting is that the arrival time of my flight has been bumped up to 11:38 instead of 11:59. That's actually an extremely positive development. I like that. Looks like the plane has gotten here and the previous occupants have just deboarded, which means I think odds are very good that we take off on time. All right, they're starting pre-boarding.
Trenton, Fort Myers, Philly, Orlando.
Yeah, it's a middle seat. Yeah, as it turns out, 28F was not occupied at all. So once they closed the door, I just scooted over to the window, and my seatmate moved up to the row in front. So I don't have an entire row to myself, which is crazy, crazy good luck to get another window seat. It's kind of funny. I've seen some reviews online that say that Frontier tends to be dirtier than Spirit. I would have to concur with that so far. There's a decent amount of litter and food crumbs that just haven't been cleaned up. Spirit was pretty immaculate, but this is a little bit, yeah, it's okay. I guess because I just don't care about it that much, but take a look at this. Alright, so this is incredibly strange. I just got an email from Frontier saying that the flight had been delayed by 20 minutes. But we're pushing out of the terminal basically right when I would have expected to. So my guess is that email was sent in error or something like that, unless we're planning to just sit on the taxiway for 20 minutes. Get a little bit of shut-eye probably. They're making announcements, but I can't hear what they're saying at all.
2 hours later.
Wow, it's 11:28. We are very early. I like to see that. That's exactly what I like to see. I bet we'll be deplaning here in a few minutes. I'm actually very curious to see what that looks like, because Trenton is a really tiny airport. I don't think they actually have any proper terminals or air bridges, so I guess it's probably just going to be stairs. That's going to be a first for me, for sure. We landed so early that there's a vague possibility that I could even catch the previous bus 608, but I'm not betting on that. It might just take too long to deplane. I'm not betting that we'll be able to make that. We might just have to chill out in the airport for an hour, which is fine. It really is fine.
Have a good night, thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly what I thought it was. A tiny airport. Wow. Says 2 minutes. That was a very painless painless exit procedure, I must say. Literally just get off the plane and then immediately go outside. So, yeah, I can definitely make this bus. Bus stop's just right down here. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Should be fine. If I can get a bus a whole hour earlier than I was expecting, I don't know, maybe I could even talk to an Amtrak employee and see if they can move my ticket up. I don't know. Oh, that's a deer. Wow, okay. I didn't expect to see a deer. Okay, very cool. I think there's more of them. Okay, the bus is apparently due in 2 minutes. Let me activate my ticket. Activate ticket. Yes. Oh, awesome. If this works, I will have cheated a whole hour off my trip time. Now, of course, if the Amtrak employee can't actually move my ticket to an earlier train, then I'll just hang out at Trenton Transit Center for a little while. But otherwise, I am super, super excited about this. Yeah, the bus driver almost drove past me there. Hello. I'm literally the only person on this bus, which is wild. Guess that's to be expected, though. You know? I mean, it's not even after midnight yet, though. Although I'll be getting into the Trenton Transit Center after midnight, so I guess that makes sense. Not a whole lot of people are taking the bus to Trenton Transit Center after landing here, are they? They probably had, like, family come pick them up or something like that, yeah? Overall, this is the part that I was worried about, and it has been a smashing success. I am extremely happy with how this went. This driver's cruising. We're getting ahead of the schedule, which is good for me, I guess. Okay. We did it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change trips. Oh, temporary unable to... What? Come on. You know what I'll do this now? Trip to Kmart. I'm gonna try this again. Oh, come on. I can't change it now? Damn. That makes me vaguely upset. Yeah, I guess I'm just taking the train I was originally gonna be on. And I will just kind of chill out here for the next hour. And yeah, that's okay.
1 hour later.
It's cold. It's so dark outside. You can't even see anything. It's just reflections off the window. Once we get back to the train station, I'll get some final thoughts about the trip.
"20 minutes later."
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching our final stop of Philadelphia 30th Street Station. Ladies and gentlemen, this train will be going out of service. This is our final stop.
surrounding Anastasia, please use the exit at the 30.
So I guess I'll just give my overall impression of how this trip was. I am exhausted. There's no denying that. But everything worked out. I did make it back. And I got done almost everything that I wanted. That was a lot of fun. I got a souvenir from Kmart. It's not branded Kmart, but you know, nothing says you can't put a piece of masking tape on it and write "from the last Kmart" on it, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And yeah, that was pretty crazy. I live in Pennsylvania, and I can genuinely say I went on a day trip to Miami, which is not a sentence that you hear every day. The total cost was something like $177, which is pretty cheap for everything I managed to do today. So anyways, yes, I'm so glad I did this. This was so much fun. And that's the whole point of my YouTube channel, is I go around doing crazy shit. This among them. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.